Open. Shalom, Israel. The audio also is on mute, you know. I don't know why. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I.S.U.P.K is run today by Commanding General Yohanna. Sorry, the only man at the rank and the authority to be Israel's leader. Want to say Yahweh Basham Yahushai Barakatam to my brothers, Yahweh Shamari Latan Basham Yahushai to my sisters. Welcome to another week of Wednesday what? Wednesday law class. Wednesday evening law class. Alright. Our laws are to be found in which section of the book? Of the Holy Scriptures. Yeah. Right. First 5 books of the Bible set our background as Israelites. What are the first 5 books of the Bible? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, then on. Then on. Huh? Or after Deuteronomy? Alright, I won't answer that. Alright, we go into Leviticus. What book comes after Deuteronomy? Judges. Alright. Find Leviticus chapter 22. Verse 1.
Leviticus chapter 22, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and to his sons, that they separate themselves from the holy things of the children of Israel.
From the what?
Of the children of Israel.
Separate themselves from what?
Separate themselves from the holy things of the children of Israel. And that they profane not my holy name in those things which they hallow unto me. I am the Lord.
All right, so 2 things you need to know. 2 words you need here now. Separate, I think you know what separate themselves means. that they separate themselves from the holy things of the children. All right. Now follow the what separate means? Holy. And what holy means? But it says, speak unto Aaron and to his sons that they separate themselves from the holy things of the children of Israel. So what is it saying?
Right.
Yeah.
That they make the holy thing be not a part of their everyday. The holy things must be in the temple. The holy things must be, it cannot be among the everyone. So
Okay.
separate, so part, put aside.
Mm-hmm.
So separate the holy thing from
So
among.
separate themselves from the separate things.
Separate themselves from the whatever they are doing.
Holy themselves from the holy things. Is that what it's saying?
Separate themselves from the holy things of the children of Israel.
Right.
The holy things of the children of Israel are speaking of specific holy things.
All right. Here's what we need to understand first. If I am sitting, you sitting over there, I am sitting here, and we're sitting separately, right?
God.
Are we necessarily in a holy state?
God.
But we are separate.
God.
So what is that separation would be about? The one here that you're talking about. Is it saying that they should holy themselves from the holy things? Or is it saying that they should separate themselves from the separate things?
Separate themselves from the holy things.
Yeah.
Holy. These are, in other words, could be said to them, don't take the mural of the seven candlesticks because the table and carry leave it to the temple. Because that is where it's supposed to be. Because that's the holy symbol of the children of Israel.
Oh, okay. You get what this is. So not because they are in the temple serving mean that they should get too friendly with the things that are for the Lord. Okay, that's what they're saying. But the first you should recognize, yes, holy means separate. But does separate mean holy? Not necessarily. But holy is separate. So explain.
Separate. Holiness.
All right, somebody give it separate. Meaning.
Separate from a view as a unit apart.
Form our view as a unit apart.
Right.
Or
by itself.
Or by itself. All right. So The holy meaning separate mean, but that separation is, what's the difference between that separation and the separation that would be between you and I? There's one key thing that you are either overlooking or forgetting. And I know you would get it if you did all know the first 5 books of the Bible.
The Lord.
The what?
God.
No, but.
That is that commandment.
Nope. Come on, one key thing. That holiness, what makes it holy? Anything that is said to be holy, what makes it holy? Yes, it's separation, but what makes it holy?
So it's given to you.
Now, let's speak. What makes Israel special?
Lord. God separated unto the Most High.
That's the difference. That is the key for a separate that is holy. It's a separate and it's a separation unto God. Right? So when it says here, separate themselves from the holy thing, it means that they are to separate themselves from the things that were separated unto God. Understand?
Yeah.
Right. Continue again now. And that they should, and that they
Verse 3:19.
2, after separate themselves from holy things of the children of Israel. Continue reading.
And that they profane not my holy name in those things which they hallow unto me.
All right. So what hallow mean?
Hello.
Our Father, our Father, hallowed be thy name. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So the things that are called the holy things, give me some example. Some example of the holy things back in that time.
The things that are placed on the altar.
Right? You have the chalice, you have the shewbread, what else? You have the wine, you have the, what we call it? Candlestick. Menorah. Right? And the offerings. Right?
Yeah.
All right. And that they profane not my holy name in those things which they hallow unto me. So these things are hallowed unto God, are separate unto God. So basically, it's saying that Moses should tell them so. All right, think of this. You in the temple, you have this. This is the oil, right? That is used in when we carry out the holy our what the time what they used to call it again now. I don't want to say service. When the temple is in session, right? And they're doing the sacrifices and so on. You might use some oil, you might use incense, right? Those oil and incense now, when the temple is not in session, especially the oil, maybe you're going to take it up and say, I want a little oil for my food. Understand? I say, I like a place, man, burn some incense. I going to take up the candle, the menorah and say, my room dark, you know. I'm going to go and light up my room. And I bring it back when time for temple in session, right? So they separate themselves onto those things now means that those things stay there. Whether temple in session or not. Understand? Like, right. You notice, like our oil here, wine, well, more the oil, right? And we use it for anointing. What else? To bless. Right. We don't use it like, I mean, I need some, we're not in class and I need some olive oil, take it over me or my face or whatever. Not for that purpose, right? So that part now you have to understand. So let's continue and see what it is that the Most High is trying to tell them. Verse 3. Say unto them.
Verse 3. Say unto them, whosoever ye be of all your seed among your generations, that goeth not unto the holy things which the children of Israel allow unto the Lord, having his uncleanness upon him, that soul shall be cut off from my presence. I am the Lord.
All right. So this is what the Most High is trying to tell them. Now, if you go on to these hallowed things, these things that are separate unto the Lord, in your state of uncleanness, at no time, whether they are cleaning the temple, whether they are temple is in session, at no time should these things be handled when they are in a state of uncleanness. I don't remember if we had gone through the story when they were in the wilderness and they used to pull down the temple. So I remember for 40 years they were roaming in the temple, right? Right? Okay. So you're following. They were roaming in the wilderness. So they used to pull down the temple to go around. Now, when they are moving, temple not in session, right? But the Levites, whose duty it was to carry the temple, they have to be in their clean state. No other tribe could handle it. They have to be a Levite. So it's the same thing here. Do not think that because you are a priest and you did something or whatever it is that make you could touch a dead cat. You could touch a dead lizard. As simple as that, right? That make you unclean. You are not to handle the things that belong to the temple. All right, verse 4.
Verse 4. What man soever of the seed of Aaron is a leper.
Right, so zeroing in on leprosy now. And there are other things that make you unclean. But the zeroing on leprosy, continue.
Or at a running issue.
What's that? Not necessarily.
It could have a bleeding. It's running by the brother.
No, you're not must be there. But people have sores too in a virgin.
Could be a toothache.
Can be from here.
Not even toothache. It says leprosy or a running issue. What else? What could be?
It's the running issue, sir.
Yes, the running issue we're talking about. The thank you. Things like that. Remember, you know, the priests are those who do priests do that to be without blemish. Right. Yeah, believe it or not, you know, we were, when carrying out the things of the temple, perfection the most I require from you. Remember last week we talk about the man who is a dwarf and the man who is, if you have one and longer than one, if you have 6 fingers, yeah, can't say, you can't serve in the temple. Remember? Sorry. It's not that they can't serve. There are things that they can do, but they can't be a priest. Right. You know what I'm saying?
No, sir. People are related to every people have you can serve related something like them just like something like that.
No, son. No such thing.
Yeah, things that are to them.
No such thing. Anything that make you look outside of the normal human, you can't be a priest. They say you can eat the food that, sorry, the sacrifices that are unto the Most High. You know, you finish it and you eat it, but you cannot be a priest. The priest have to be without blemish. So you can't have a cock yet. You don't go on there, you wonder if I'm looking at the temple or I'm looking at you. Sorry, I'm looking at the altar or I'm looking at you. No. All right. So this person who have a running issue, it could be a sore. Continue, he shall
not eat of the holy thing.
Right. Until
He be clean. And whoso touches anything that is unclean by the dead, or a man whose seed goeth from you, or whosoever touches.
Yes, as simple as that. As simple as you go touch the box or you have a wet dream. You're unclean. And you can't handle temple things until the holy things until you are made clean again. Now today, not much different. You come to class, especially the person who conducting class. Even you attending class, you should be attending in your clean state. If you know you're not clean, what can you do? You shouldn't. Yeah. It depends. We'll soon get back to that. Yeah, they are no officer. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And each person should endeavor to remain clean. If if you come across an issue while coming to class, How does that work?
What's the issue? All right, let me give you the framework, then you will have to decide. What is the issue and what you do? You ask the question about, touching a woman. Remember it says, you touch a woman, all right, it mentions is seed goeth from what you do in that seed. Yeah? Wash yourself and you're unclean until the evening. What time class normally start? It's only like on Sundays we have early class. But usually UPK classes are evening. So if that is happening, you wash yourself. You'll be clean by class time, yeah, by the sun going down.
Really apply to Sunday class. Apply to Sunday class and not Wednesday class.
Okay?
It applies to Sunday class and not Wednesday class. But Sunday class sure.
Start before the sun goes down. Yeah. Alright. Just remember the key thing, the most I want to get to here is to wash. Think of, now you have soap. But who said there was soap when these laws were made? There's a record in the scripture saying that. And you have to understand also, the laws are made so simple that even the poorest of persons can follow. So when you're poor enough, they can't buy soap. Eh? Does that mean that, well, we can't touch the temple? I can't go before the Most High? No. So wash yourself. You get a rod, wash yourself. There are numerous plants that you can use out there to clean yourself. Right? But it's important that you practice. Look at what is happening with COVID. The key thing in COVID is what? In fighting COVID is what? Hygiene. COVID just exposing us, showing how much a nasty son of a bitch is real. Then almost every place have to, who don't have the alcohol sanitizer in your hand, they have the water to wash your hand. While we as a people, almost every sin that is committed, one of the ways to cleanse is washing. Well, it's just slavery thing, but we should be teaching the other nations how to maneuver themselves with COVID. Handshakes, the other nation just catching on to. Even top officials, US official, elbow. You don't know where that is. Long time saying about elbow spec. When you say respect and you say elbow spec. A long time. It's long time. It's a part of the Israelite culture to not shake hands. That's why we have salutes. So all these things now, I don't know, maybe the next virus come. We have all these viruses, all these diseases that come on the nations. It's showing you the Israelite to come back to your law, AIDS. AIDS teach you what? Huh? No, not to be promiscuous. Don't engage in a laugh, sir. Right. Don't fornicate. Unlawful sexual fornication. So that's what AIDS teaches. Diabetes teaches. Leave the unclean food. Cancer, the same thing. High blood pressure, the same thing. Hmm? Asthma. But asthma is a respiratory thing. But feeding too much the unclean things weaken your body and make you become so susceptible to diseases. How much persons follow the laws, um, follow the dietary laws in the truth and still end up with these different diseases, any one of these diseases? Hmm? Well, the problem is that, I mean, it's very difficult to avoid processed food. Processed foods get in your diet in several ways, and you don't know what they use to process these things. The method of processing oftentimes involves some unclean things. We used to love Guinness. As far as you know, Guinness is from what? Ups. But after a while, we learned that it was also filtered through the bladder of some unclean fish. Huh? Look at that. Well, I think maybe they changed that now. I don't know, because they realize that their target market find that out and stayed away for it from it. Sales drop. Maybe they change that. I don't know. But it's difficult to avoid processed food in the, so just think any law you come across. First thing you tell yourself, yeah, our laws are not grievous. So what is it? What is it trying to bring out in me to make me better? Understand? Yeah. You in the world, the laws that you see in the world, I mean, many of them is just set there because they know you're going to break it. And it's just to get you to have a criminal record against you. Luckily, we don't really operate that much in Jamaica. So they're not really out to get you to have a criminal record so that they try to give you a criminal record to tag you, to get your fingerprint, tag you. Then you have laws against them using that information for investigation and so on and so forth. But in the States, it's a total different ballgame. So any laws you come across that are for you, the Israelites, just think, what is it that, what the good is it that it is trying to bring out in you? So it tells the priests, those who serve in the temple, Aaron's sons, do not touch no hallowed thing. Okay, why? When they are when they are unclean, why? Mm-hmm. Exactly, and will not be accepted as an offering or whatever by the Most High. So you alone stone being profane is going to it'd be like a door a blocking. So the problem in Christ time. And Christ fixed the problem. That's why today you have priests and kings from all different nations. Our priests and prophets from all different nations. All right, verse 1. Yeah, 5. 4. Yes, start and go. Yes, 4, verse 4.
What man soever of the seed of Aaron is a leper, or a running fetus, he shall not eat of the holy thing until he be clean. And whoso toucheth anything that is unclean by the dead, or a man whose seed goeth from any creeping thing, whereby he may be made unclean, or a man of whom he may take uncleanness, whatsoever uncleanness he hath.
Remember we said that some simple things can get you to be unclean. They were on the touch a dead lizard. And it says touch one creeping thing. Right. So being a priest, you have to be on guard. Way different from the rest of the nation. It's a burden. Right, continue.
Verse 6. The soul which hath touched any such shall be unclean until evening.
See? So if you touch something unclean, you shall be unclean until evening, and shall not
eat of the holy thing
unless
he wash his flesh with water.
Right. So you wash and you are unclean until evening. Once the sun goes down, you are back again. You see, all the sicknesses, the disease, even the other nation, it comes from some unclean thing. Some unclean thing. Or some clean thing being handled in an unclean way. So in any case, it comes from an uncleanness. That's diseases, yeah. Yeah. Well, remember, I know this that we're reading about here is this was writing unto who? Right. 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 And this was in the temple. You touch a cockroach or whatever, come into class, wash your hands. If you need to be the beard. Your cleanliness now is going to come through Christ. Come on. Wash yourself from prayer. Can't make a cockroach from class. But this was a writing unto the priest. And what are the things that most times you also happen to them when they go and perform the duties in the temple while being unclean? What some of the things? Are the main things that used to happen to them at that time? Yeah. Could die. You are the priest and some unclean, you touch some unclean thing and you're going to perform the duties of the Most High. You could die. Sick. Well, if you get sick, chances are you might get better. You could die. Just drop down while doing it and die. It was serious thing at that time. Mm. But that's why if you remember during Christ time, all right, the punishment for adultery is one, according to our laws. Right. But Christ did what? What did Christ do when he what Christ did when he came across when the adulteress was brought unto him? Exactly. Right. So to your question, keep yourself and come class. Where are we?
Verse 6.
All right. So
The soul which are touched, any such shall be unclean until evening, and shall not eat of the holy thing, unless he wash his flesh with water.
yeah. So he has to wash himself. And there nothing is wrong with you practicing these, because remember you fighting diseases now too. So the death that could come unto you is not necessarily that you're going to drop down and die in the temple. When you catch some disease. So you can practice. You should practice them. Cleansing. I mean, you can't. Christ ate without washing his hands, but I mean, they complain about that. But Christ will never tell you that you must not wash your hands before you eat it. All Christ said to the scribes or the Pharisees, all Christ said to the Pharisee was, you pay more attention to the things that were the little rules that are laws that were made by man, rather than to the things that are of God. Understand? Right.
Verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 7. And when the sun is down, he shall be clean, and shall afterward eat of the holy things, because is good.
Food. It is what?
It is food.
Right. So that was how the priests, those who serve in the temple, that was how they eat, Yeah, they eat at the temple. The various sacrifices that were done. I mean, they're going to sacrifice one whole bullock. You don't necessarily, you don't, it's not, you don't, the entire bullock is not burnt. So what happened to the rest of the meat? Huh?
We eat it.
Those who serve in the temple eat it. Right, it's their food. You go and you bring a peace offering unto the Most High, and the priest take it, wave it before the altar and do what he's supposed to do. What happened to the food after? They could eat it. Because Levi receives the, the portion that was given unto the Most High. So when you go and you bring your 1/10 of whatever to the temple, it went to Levi. You went and you sacrifice a bullock, and they tell you, you take out the gall, the this, the that, you put it on the altar, you burn it to ashes, and then you make with the meat, It's not a roast, but it's a make a blah 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 that is a sweet smelling savor unto the most high. Then they are the ones who eat it. But the most high is saying if they are in their unclean state, they should not eat it until they be made clean. So if they find themselves in that unclean state that is gonna take a while, probably they're gonna have to look some other work. Sure or false? They're probably gonna have to look some other work. Because they can't eat the things from the temple and in their unclean state. Continue.
Verse 8. That which dieth of itself, or is torn with teeth, he shall not eat to be filed instead therewith. I am the Lord.
Yeah.
They shall therefore keep mine ordinance, lest they bear sin for it, and die therefore. If they profane it, I, the Lord, do sanctify them.
All right. This ordinance here is on. What is it referring to? They shall therefore keep my ordinance. What are the ordinance? The ordinance refers to what?
The food that you eat and live.
The food, also. What are ordinance? Ordinance.
An authoritative order.
Authoritative order. That's how it's said.
A religious right.
Mm-hmm. Right. So it deals with the laws, the things that you should do, like it's telling you here the things you should do. Huh? And also, one of the things, um, one of those ordinances as well, the IODs. Those are like the holidays that the people look up to. Right. Or look for. Like no, tomorrow is a holiday. Anyone working, looking forward to that, whether they celebrate the day or not. They're looking forward to the rest. Alright. They shall therefore keep my ordinance, lest they bear sin for it, and die there. See? They were it's quicker for them to die than you who was not in the temple serving. If they profane it, I the Lord do sanctify them. Verse 10.
There shall no strange eat.
Stranger.
There shall no stranger eat of the holy thing. A sojourner of the free or an hired servant shall not eat of the holy thing.
There shall no stranger eat of the holy thing. Now, whether this be a stranger of Israel or, well, this will be talking about a stranger of Israel, because this is dealing with Israel. So in other words, those holy things that they can eat is for those who's in the temple. Those who carry out the service. That service, those rights for the nation. And somebody who is, what do you say, Ireland, what is that? Yeah, 10. And sojourner of the priest, like somebody who come look for the priest, and they stay at the priest yard, come look for him, can't eat the food. Or an hired servant. What's an hired servant? Yeah.
Like a servant, like an officer in Ireland.
Hired servant.
Hired servant.
Yeah. Mm. Someone who is working. I mean, we gotta work every day, don't we? Hired servants. So somebody who might be working for the priest, he can't eat the holy things. All right. Sorry, living.
But if the priest buy any soul with his money, he shall eat of it. And if
All right. This is who no. This is the person who would be what to the priest? Buying a soul with his money. That person would be what? No, we just said hired servant is employed, yeah. A slave. Yeah, you were allowed to have slaves. But so the person who the priest buy with his money, he's fully responsible for that person. So that person can eat those things in the temple. But if the priest buy any soul with his money, he shall eat of his meat. So the person who is born in the priest's house will do what? What would be the relation to the priest?
Born in the priest's house.
Yeah.
His master.
Most likely it could be their priest children, or if it's the soul that he buys with his money, having a child, that child belongs to the person who owned the slave. Yeah. Yeah, there were laws that govern how we treat slaves. We could have slaves. They didn't know that. They must know that. You must have heard that before. True or false? Why you look so distraught, like, what you know they say? All right, 12.
if the priest's daughter also be married unto a stranger, she may not eat of an offering of the holy thing.
Mm-hmm. What?
But if the priest's daughter be a widow, or divorced, and have no child, and is returned unto her father's house, as in her youth, she shall eat of her father's meat, but there shall no stranger eat thereof. And if a man eat of the holy thing unwittingly, then he shall put the fifth part thereof unto it, and shall give it unto the priest with the holy thing. And they shall not profane of the children of Israel, which they offer unto the Lord, or suffer them to bear the iniquity of trespass, when they eat their holy things, for the Lord do sanctify them.
I, the Lord. I, the Lord.
For I, the Lord, do sanctify them. And the Lord spake.
All right, so a different verse, different verse, so break.
Yeah.
That is telling you who can eat of the things that are in. Is for those who serve in the temple, for the priests. No stranger, but if the priest own a slave, can eat it. If the person is working is a hired servant to the priest, he can't eat it. He might get paid to buy your food. But the priest, children, these became law. Most I said these foods were made as an offering unto the Most High. All right, then 17.
Verse 17. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and to his sons, and unto all the children of Israel, and say unto them, whatsoever he be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers in Israel, that will offer his oblation for all his vows, and for all his freewill offerings, which they will offer unto the Lord for a burning offering.
Burnt offering.
Burnt
so
offering.
speak unto Aaron and to his sons and to the children of Israel, and say to them, whosoever he be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers in Israel. All right, so this stranger now is talking about you. Whosoever he be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers in Israel, that is talking about you.
That will offer his obligation for his vow.
Oblation.
Oblation.
Yeah.
Any Israelite who don't come from Jerusalem.
Really?
Strangers from the Israelite don't really live. No. Believe here country.
Oh man, look at what it says. Whosoever he be of the what? Read it again.
Whosoever he be of the house of Israel,
Right.
or of the strangers in Israel,
So
that will offer his oblation.
could make vow. What's the gamut vow? He's talking about them making a vow. I'll come out of your mouth, it's required of you. You at your home, you say, you vow something unto God. It's done. What do you mean regular man? No, that is why they have so many problems. Because it's filtered. And when it requires of them, they don't even realize, don't even know. Yes, but that is not to say that if you should do it, it's not required of you. It's required. But you're going to do it in front of priest. Which one do you think you're going to more likely remember? You want to do what you want to do before the priest?
You want to do before the priest?
You want to do before the priest? You should do it before the priest. But I think that if you, my God, you know, me that this problem, and if you get me out, I would do X, Y, Z. And you come out of the problem and you don't remember what you say. Yeah, that's why I tell you don't swear. Because it is required of you. Yeah. That's why I tell you don't swear by God's throne, don't swear by his name, you know. They know those things you have no control over. Don't swear by those things. Because whatever you swear is required of you. Right. What verse are you?
Verse 19.
Oh, we're still on this stranger. Yeah, it says, whosoever be of the house of Israel. So the stranger who is not from this area and is an Israelite and in this area is covered by that. He's of the house of Israel, don't? He would be of the house of Israel.
Answer, maybe. Answer.
Right.
Maybe the person who is in Israel not keeping the law, so I'm not doing the right thing. That's why I'm not making it out.
Nothing making it go.
Right. Israel.
Oh man. Nothing to do with uncleanness. Anybody in your land, whether he be a sojourner from another race, there are other races who are living amongst us. And guess what? The other races that live amongst us in our land had to keep had to observe our laws. They couldn't go to the temple, but they had to keep our statutes and the high holidays. They had to observe them. All right, so what is here about that stranger and that Israelite now? His oblation for all his vows and for all his free will offering, which they will offer unto the Lord for a burnt offering, ye shall on.
You shall offer at your own will, a male without blemish, or the beam of the sheep, or of the goat. But whatsoever hath a blemish, that shall ye not offer for it, shall not be acceptable for you. And whosoever offereth a sacrifice of peace offering unto the Lord to accomplish his vow, or a freewill offering in beeves or sheep, it shall be perfect to be accepted. There shall be no blemish therein, blind or
All right,
broken.
so go back to listen to one ask you this. Could an Edomite enter the temple?
No.
Really? You sure about that? Huh? Oh,
No, sir.
no, listen to me. Listen to the question. I said, enter.
No.
No, man. All right. All right. Could heathens go to the temple? Hmm?
Based on my memory.
Yeah.
Never hear that before.
What was the purpose of the court of the temple?
The court.
Yeah.
The people doing them after.
That was the purpose?
No, sir. Come, sir, to
They could go to the court of the temple. They can't go in there.
courtyard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you could say court inside the temple. Court and yard, basically.
Remember now, when it's telling about who can enter a temple, an Edomite, which is down to the one, when we were establishing ourselves as a nation, down to must be the third generation, because Esau was your brother. So it could be, I don't know if it's just the courtyard or it could go in the temple. It can't touch the holy thing. That wasn't for it. And if you remember the story of Judith, when the general who this it wasn't a Moabite, it was the Japanese wagon.
Moabite. Japanese
Ammonite. The Ammonite general who stood up and tell the invading general that look, these people are peculiar people, you know. And he tell them about the history coming down from Father Abraham and says they haven't done any sins, you know, so it could be that you go up against them and you lose. Paraphrasing, of course. And the general said, you know what? We're putting you up into the we're sending you up by them. When we invade and come up there, then we will decide what we're going to do with you. And you know the story of Judith. They didn't overthrow Israel. Now that Ammonite general started studying our ways and doing as much as he as an Eden could do. And I think they can go to the court, right? I don't remember that, but the Edomite, who is a brother. So the Moabite, I think the Moabite cannot, and from forever, can go to a temple. Mainly because of, you remember the one who they get to curse Israel when we were going in the land? Where Balaam, yeah. I think Balaam was a Moabite. It's because of them trying to curse us, they can never ever enter the temple. Alright? But they tell you don't abhor an Edomite. And they tell you that for a purpose, because they can worship with you then. So they could offer a thing. That's all. This is what we know. They could make a vow. Remember, I know. We were the ones who exclusively performed these rites unto the Most High. But the nations were supposed to follow us. Not follow us and do it themselves. But come, we supposed to teach them, show them, so on and so forth. And remember, there were altars that they could sacrifice on that was not in the temple, you know. Because every city had an era of sacrifice. Yeah, and every city had a priest. But there was one temple. Right. So continue reading this.
Verse 22. Blind or broken or maimed or having a will.
No. 21. Read 21.
Oh. Verse 21. And whosoever offereth a sacrifice of peace offering unto the Lord to accomplish his vow, or a free will offering indeed, or sheep, it shall be perfect to be accepted. There shall be no blemish therein.
Right. So if I find a sheep, what could make the sheep have a blemish? No. Not so severe. What then? Well, yes. Animal care bird, man. Alright, you say a cut. Well, yes, if you have a cut, you can offer him. What then?
Blind.
Rather worse. You can't offer him blind. Well, yes, blindness will be a blemish. But one simpler thing, if him just be spotted.
Oh yeah, that's good one. I be blemish.
Hmm? Yeah, as simple as being spotted. It's a white sheep and him have a black spot. Yeah.
One black spot.
Yeah. Have to be without blemish. White must be white right through.
No other color than
And if him, well, none of them do the black. If the black, you have the black right through. No blemish.
Sheep normally have one color.
Yeah, but they're sometimes spotted too. They never spot.
That's why I understand sheep usually have one color, so they like spot on a sheep. Abnormal.
Yeah, could be.
Weird.
Alright, so verse 23. 22. Blind.
blind or broken or maimed or having a wen or skirt or scab.
What's a win? You had said blind, so it stayed here. Blind, broken, if you did broken foot. So, you intend to, you have to be watching the animals from birth in order to use them for sacrifice. Because you could go and get a sheep which had a broken foot and you didn't know. WEN. Wait without the H. Who's searching?
A boy or other slave or both and the student, especially.
All right, so it's a skin condition like a boil or swelling or something. Can't use it. Or if he have scurvy or if he was scab, ye shall not offer these unto the Lord, or make an offering by fire of them upon the altar unto the Lord. So you make it a vow, you can use your offering that you're using for your vow has to be just like the other offerings that you would make for the Most High. Without blemish. All right, 23.
Either a bullock or a lamb that are anything superfluous or lacking in two parts that may though offer for a free will offering, but for a vote it shall not be accepted. Ye shall not offer unto the Lord that which is bruised or crushed or broken or cut, neither shall ye make any offering
In your what?
in your mind, in your land.
Oh. Neither shall ye make any offering thereof in your land. So where you make the offering? On the altar reserved for the Most High. All right. So you can't go make an offering in your backyard. 25.
From a stranger
And
and shall ye offer the bread of your God of any of these, because their corruption is in them. And blemish
neither from a what?
a string, neither from a stranger's hand shall ye offer the bread of your God of any of these, because their corruption is in them.
Mm-hmm.
And blemishes be in them, they shall not be accepted for you.
Right. So you go buy a sheep from a stranger. And the stranger here is a stranger. What could happen to that? What could have happened? It's a sheep you want for an offering, but you're going to a stranger. What could have happened? What could happen?
The stranger could not see it.
Yes. What else? Think. It could have had a broken leg and you don't know. Well, I think if you're blind, you will figure that out. But it's telling you, the blemish. If you have a blemish, which you don't know. So it's telling that the uncleanness is in them. Same people that move them, so you don't take it. Get it from your people. Or if you can, let's say you're a goat herder or a shepherd. From birth, you start pick out the lamb that could be used as an offering. And you start separating them from them and grow them specifically for that. One, you can sell. It's just like we now having to go into other nations for our food. And then we have to be complaining about our food being processed with unclean food. But we think we're eating clean food. You get me? Yeah, these are the things that happen when you have to deal with the stranger. Because in their mind is what went wrong with it. They're going like say, you understand? Right. But the most I said, no, don't do it. Next verse. Or finish that one. That one finish?
The verse finishes. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, when a bullock or a sheep or a goat is brought forth, then it shall be 7 days under the dam, and from the 8th day and thenceforth it shall be accepted for an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
All right. Then it shall be 7 days under the dam. What's that dam?
VAM.
VAM?
Yeah. And so, the barrier is that stop or restrict the flow of water underground streams. Reservoirs created by dams that also
What else?
suppress flood but also provide water for activities such as irrigation.
No, because that's not the one we're looking for. So look for the other meaning. Means. In this I see BAN, I don't see BAN. You see any other thing, any other meaning other than the water?
Done.
Yes, it's on a chart. It's a little try. I found another meaning.
Alright. The meaning, the full meaning that you get first meaning is that there is a barrier that stop or restrict flow. Suppress flood for things like consumption, industrial use, aquaculture, and natural stability. Oh, good. So, rubber sheeting to keep saliva from the tip of the other across. Is a barrier so from there. A rubber sheet used to keep saliva from the tip
A what?
a rubber sheet used to keep saliva from the tip during dental operation or of a tough plastic device being communally across and underneath. With a dam across. The river runs from the farm lake coast.
Right, so
Blackout.
this is saying that for 7 days you're going to have a situation where you watch it.
Like something like dam animal.
Why you support them on this?
What is a dam animal? A female parent of a domestic animal as a dog or ox. Um,
Right, so when it's a brought forth, so when the bullock or the sheep or goat is brought forth, when it is born,
yeah, a parent of a domestic animal.
then it shall be 7 days with its mama. Right? And from the 8th day and henceforth it shall be accepted. So we're separating after the 7th. Alright, 28 says,
And whether it be cow or ewe, you shall not kill it and her young goat in one day.
right. So that tell you now where you can sacrifice this sheep, well, maybe it's not, but whether it's a cow or you are the female goats, I think, you goat. Where if it's a cow or a female goat, you cannot kill the young one and the mother in the same day. The most I don't go with that. Can't kill mother and child same time, in the same day. In them separate days. That's the law. Next verse.
Verse 29. And when ye will offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving unto the Lord, offer it at your own will.
And when ye will offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving unto the Lord. Right. I mean, you're not forced to do it. You do it for Thanksgiving. That is just America have Thanksgiving, don't it? And their Thanksgiving come from what? What is the history behind their Thanksgiving? Americans Thanksgiving? And then giving thanks. And the worst thing is that they learn about Thanksgiving from the very Indians. Many are just celebrate it with them, and then they realize that no, I was celebrating Thanksgiving with these people, and they are killing us. So Thanksgiving is from our Lord. That's all we can say. You cook that turkey and call it Thanksgiving. Most are not going to smell your burnt offering, which is that food that you cook. Start next verse.
Verse 30. On the same day it shall be eaten up. Ye shall leave none of it until the morrow. I am the Lord.
So the same day you make that Thanksgiving, you don't left any. Well, I think there's an argument. If any is left, then they have to burn it or something. But it can't be eaten the following day. Thanksgiving offering, that's it. Therefore
shall ye keep my commandments and do them. I am the Lord. I am the Lord. Neither shall ye profane my holy name, but I will be hallowed among the children of Israel. I am the Lord which hallow you, that brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am the Lord. That finishes with chapter 23.
neither shall ye profane my holy name. How can you profane the name of the Lord? Hmm? So we shall not profane the Most High's separate name or holy name. What is he talking about? Really? No answer? Hmm? Who got that? Who put the pen in there? The SHALAM, sir. That's something I can't see. Right. Guess what? If you don't know how not to do it, then you will end up doing it. So how can you profane the name of the Lord? And you're a chance coming up there. You're listening. Don't call the name of the Lord in vain. Hmm? Huh? What is the name of the Lord?
Reputation.
No, it's me. The one where you learn. Right now. Exactly. So they don't profane it. Like you're out there just talking casual and calling up the name of the Lord. They don't do that. The teaching now, we can call it. You could be teaching somebody about him. You could be telling somebody about him. But you're not to just casually call his name. Right. After we got so sinful in the land of Jerusalem, Moses had sure that even his name is going to take out of our mouth, meaning that we don't even remember his name. Slavery did that. The Atlantic slave trade did that. Alright? And if you notice in the Bible, you don't even see it. You don't think it was in these writings when they were translating it. Hmm? You think it was in the writing? Hmm? The scrolls that they were translating, King James was translating from in Jerusalem. I think the name of the Most High was in those scrolls. You don't think it was in it? It was in it. But why it wasn't in the why it's not it wasn't put in the Bible? Yeah. So it's done by chance. For the same reason, shall I profane the name of the Lord? So the Bible was done. Remember, originally these scrolls were being read where? Only in the temple. It was appropriate then. But after the temple fell and they were making the Bible, they don't mean the Bible like a yard. So it becomes not appropriate to put it there. That's one. Two, maybe they just didn't want you to put it. But I think it's more of the first reason. The fact that they should not profane the name of the Lord. So they use the word Lord, they use God, titles rather than his name. But I will be hallowed among the children of Israel, meaning, right. His name must be for praise and purpose. I am the Lord, which hallow you, which makes you separate, that brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am. Now, in the original scroll, chances are the name would have been there. So they would say, I am Yahweh. Right? Right. Very lucky for our time. Colin. So basically, all these things that you read in the law, there's no grievance in them. Most I didn't make them because he wants you to break it and come make sacrifices that he can get to smell the sweet, smelling savor that you're going to send to him. No. As he said, I do not delight in sacrifices. It's just a way that you can come back to me when you fall. But boy, man, you're falling too much, man. To the point where you're even making deliberate falling. Understand? So, we and Shamara use so far.
Right here. Just right here.
I guess you have to be on guard at all times. You see where Christ go coming on. What we don't expect it. All right, so with that, part of class go. Please turn off the song. I call you.
ISUPK security announcement. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under commanding General Yahanna. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi 3, verse 8 to 10. Instead in Hebrew and it's pronounced Mahaishra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, not mandatory. Free will offering for priest, but not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like to give, upcoming old convocation. The memorial of blowing of the trumpet. The first day of the 7th month. Thursday, September 17, 2020. You can find it in Leviticus 23, verse 24 to 25. Reminder, Akim and Aquakim to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then we start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black pants, black shirt, headband, or scarf. With that, we say Amaja means to stand. One courtesy salute to the teacher. Majam Shabbat. Majam Barak. Yahweh Shamar is a canvas. Yahweh Israel. Sister, Israel. Sister, one courtesy salute to the sister. Israel. Majam Shabbat. Majam Barak. Yahweh Shamar is a canvas. This is the Yahweh class.